Ace-5 that elect to check back flop as a trap. Like there are some bluffs that get there. 6x of clubs, 6-4. These type of hands, 6-8 was already a straight. Got to be thinking about bluffs that you can have in this scenario. What hands is he going to continue firing on this 8 river as a bluff? Busted clubs, I guess, and King X of clubs, Queen X of clubs, Jack X of clubs, maybe even 7x of clubs. Yeah, makes a good lay down, does
Good
Ed.
fold.
135k for Jack Hardcastle at the break.
Very nice. 135,000 for Jack. Good evening, one and all. Watching the live stream of the biggest GUKPT in history. £1,092,000 in the prize pool. And scrolling across the bottom are the payouts. Well done, one and all, for an amazing grand final. And everybody who's played the festival over the last 15 days. It has been an incredible turnout. And tomorrow, the final day, you'll be able to have a little flutter on who's going to win the grand final. We're on Grosvenor Sports around about 8 AM.
And yes, Guy Taylor is still in the mixed wages stake.
Good shout, seat 4, looks a bit like Yuri Geller. Where's the spoons? Where's the spoons? Fingers crossed, if it is starting to buffer for people, it does last literally 10 seconds. We've had a stable connection for a while. Yeah, Yuri Geller would have been that age at some point. Did Mr. Windsor buy in today? He did. He built his stack up from 20 to 68, but unfortunately bust before dinner.
AJ hijack open, got called by Rich in the big blind. Continues for 7k and Rich just getting out of the way on this ace high board.
I'm happy with you. Yeah, that's fine.
So getting closer and closer to the money. Need 31 more bust outs.
Are you still confident?
Yeah, I'm still confident. It's not going level 18 tower. It just can't. It just can't. Brandon had 90,000 on the last break. Phil Pratt, 90k for Brandon Shields last break, and got Richard Ashby here with the ladies in the small blind facing gun open and button flat from Drayton. Going to be free betting this one. 22.5k. A little bit on the small side with an open and a call. Maybe just trying to keep some opponents in with holdings that we have dominated in this spot with a premium holding. Mario ace 10 suited gets out of the way, and Dryton here with the king jack going to have to do the same. Small blind 3-bet versus gun open, as I always say, just usually very, very strong. It's rare I ever see 3-bet bluffs coming from that position versus gun opens. And Rob takes that one. A6 of clubs for AJ. Suited ACP, fine to open this one. Need some of these in our range. Can't just be opening the ace kings, ace queens, so on. Nice one to come in for a steal. And folds. All the way around to the big blind, who gets out of the way, raise and take for AJ.
$90 players left, 59 get the money, mean cash of 4,400 scrolling across the bottom.
Blinds went up a couple of minutes ago, now playing 2k, 4k.
Range up.
Should be getting changed after this hand, but definitely 2k, 4k. We come back at half past, didn't we?
We did.
I never slept with those anyway. Especially when you told me how much those cost.
Seat 2, Richard Ashby was on the final of the first ever GUKPT in Manchester back in 2007, finishing 7th or 6th, one of those two. 6th he finished. The one and only, God bless him, Dave Colclough, winning the first event in Manchester. Barry Neville's infamous interview on that same day that Dave Colclough won it. Best interview still from Barry Neville. Was the best ever.
Yeah, I've heard about that. I've heard stories about that interview. Is there any way you can watch it, Tal, or is it?
I don't know if there's any YouTube clips still out there or anything. Unfortunately, a lot of the stuff that we film with AWOP and Nuts TV, that just disappeared, unfortunately.
So Mario opening button 9-7 suited and AJ with the goods in the big blind. Ace king of hearts, going to be free betting this one. Somewhere around 22, 23k. What you expect to see. Goes for 21. And action back on Mario here now with the 7-9 suited. Blinds are now 2k, 4k. Well, they can't be. They can't
15-3.
If he's raised to 6.
The 15-3. 1,500, 3,000.
This is level 16, right?
15, isn't it? When do we come back?
We come back at 5:30.
Level 16 it is then, 2-4.
So how's he open 6k on the button there? That's the question I'm asking.
When did we come back, guys?
We come back at 1:30, 100%.
We did.
We were 100% back at 1:30. Dealer's just gone 2-4, 2-4. So maybe that was the last hand at 15.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Makes sense.
Maybe there's a little delay on the start after they did a break.
Yeah. Blinds are 2,000, 4,000. That makes a lot more sense.
King of Spades for Kenny in the hijack. Raises to 8.5. Raise and take. Ali, the way the feature table works is at the start of the day it's random, then we usually pick just the tables during this event that are nearest to the feature table, just so we can get all the chips across during the break. So he may get on throughout the day, but we can't guarantee anything if you want to see him on our featured. Brighton under the gun, 17 bigs. It's interesting because we saw him shove King Jack for 17 bigs at the start of this session at the blinds 1500 3k, but opts to fold that one. I agree with the fold in that situation. I'm just mentioning it because he had the exact same spot about an hour ago and opted to shove. AJ opening the button and Ed with the goods in the big line. Ace King of Clubs. Incoming free bet. Somewhere 34k remit, give or take. A couple of thousand. Just opts to move all in for 37 big blinds. 37 big blinds. Shove over the button open from AJ, from Ed. Yeah, I guess I understand what he's doing there. He's happy to just take it down. It's only going to flop an ace or a king, one in 3.5 times, and the times that we don't, we're out of position, a bit no man's land for us, so just happy to take it down there. However, what I will say, we can sometimes free bet to induce versus certain opponents, free bet to around 8 big blinds, hoping to get some rips from maybe some ace 10, ace jack, those type of holdings that might just opt to fold to our 37 big blind shove, especially this close, or getting closer to the money.
So after losing Rob Cowan, as you told us, we have lost Ibrahim Karakurt, Alexios Zervos.
I can't wait for the one coming up in 3 names time.
Vidas Siriunas, our MIDI champion, Dan Hopkins, Lander Lijo.
What? You've only said a third of his name?
A quarter. Lander Lijo.
Lijo Barachiachua.
There you go, Lijo.
We'll go with that.
Yeah, Lander Lijo. Ventislav Velev, Vish Denak, Dan James, lead striker. Rich Kellett has bust out on the outer tables. Richard Kellett. And last out is Mr. David G, former passport winner. David G has been eliminated, which means We are down to 78. Wow. We just lost 11. 78 we're on. Wowzers, wowzers, wowzers.
How's that level 18 looking?
Yeah, you might be favourite. You might be favourite to get all your money back. We're on 78. David G, the last person out.
One day then, coming back to a small blind 500, big blind 1500, big blind and C15. Was 5, 15, 15, and you look good together.
Oh, quickly running through.
There he is. Go on, Tower. Sing the song.
Sing the song. Chun man, there's no need to feel down. I said, Chun man.
Okay, he looks
When
safe.
you're hard, I'm singing.
Katie's got about 120
Go
there.
on, Katie.
There's Wreck-It Ralph.
Oi, oi.
Florian Duta.
Right, heck.
Can we get that table on next, please?
The Rolster's on.
TJ.
Aye, aye, nice one, Terry. I like how he's changed his game for day 2s now and day 3s. He also said to me at the break, hold the trophy for me for tomorrow. That's what he said. Plenty of names, plenty of stacks building. The red chips are the 25k chips, they're the big ones.
Well,
thanks for that.
We'll come back to an all-in and a call. Brighton versus Julian, and it's an ace on the flop, so Brighton could be hitting the rail. Going to need to find a 9. 9 still working for him. 2 outs here for Brighton Haxiaj, and the river is the deuce of diamonds, so we lose one. Oh, we don't lose one. Brighton actually has Julian covered.
Yeah, the ace queen was Julian, who Brighton. He's got 20,000 left. He's got starting stack left, but unfortunately for him, the blinds are 4k.
G400's going well, over 100 entries in that one. How are we doing, Pokemel? Evening all house today been so far. It's been great. We had 27 day 2 buy-ins, was it? 27 day 2 buy-ins, and yes, Katie's still in, going strong. And Ben Roll Bankroll says great stream, guys, and thank you. The fact you can watch it from the comfort of your own home is absolutely fantastic.
Whoever ideas it was, well played. Nice one. Ben Roll, Cartoon Direct, bringing the best pictures from anywhere around the world. GUKPT and Grosvenor put faith in us, and we deliver. Evening, Mel. Today has been amazing, absolutely amazing, and yet, as Jay says, and we just saw that Katie is still in.
Well, JP Kelly shoving his 6s for 6 big blinds, just sub. King Jack for AJ here, closing the action in the big. We'll be making the call, but still with a whole table to get through here. Expect AJ to just let the King Jack go from this position.
Well, what about not?
No, he's folding Tower. Saying that, he tanked for about a minute when he had the pocket freeze, which was a snap fold. But he is going to make the fold, good to see. And he's run into the boots of Ed, and Ed's asking for a count. Oh wow, Ed. I can't believe Ed's done this, Tower. They wouldn't have, we would have got Kenny in. We would have perhaps got Kenny in with our aces, just rips the lot.
Yeah.
I'm a big advocate for just flattening the aces and kings in them spots when it's a small shove. You've got a monster flat trying and induce something behind it. Definitely I think Kenny just raised his eyebrows as well when he saw the aces. But could be out the door here, JP. Going to need to find 6 on turn or river. It's a 3 of diamonds. So we lose one. JP Kelly.
JP, 2-time bracelet winner. All round Mr. Nice Guy. Getting back into the game. Picks up his everything. And out goes JP.
And John Garlick asks, is Ali Malou still in?
No. He was out just immediately after the break or just before it. Mr. Malou.
Yeah, and just before JP Kelly, we lost Bruce Jones, which puts us down to 76 players.
Bruce Zeus.
76 remaining.
Bruce Zeus. Gone.
Get in there.
I'm going in a minute
Where are you going?
for a cup of tea. Is that alright?
I guess I don't see any reason why you can't go for a cup of tea.
Thanks.
As long as you bring me one back.
Okay. Okay. 76 left out of 607. 59 get the money.
I'll have a coffee, please, Tower.
Do you want a cup of tea? Yes. Get me a coffee.
I'll change my mind.
Oi, oi. Oi, get bring it. Get a tray. Get some for lads. Coffee and a coffee.
So Triton with the deuces gets it in for his last 5 big blinds, and Kenny in the small blind. King 7 suited are going to be ahead of a 5 big blind shoving range in the cutoff, with the King 7 suited and makes the call. But Mario with the jacks, he now bumps it up, and Kenny's just got to get out of the way, and Triton going to need to find a 3 outer here to stay alive. 2 outer, sorry. So going duck hunting. There's no deuce on this board. We're going to lose another one. Does have club live. Well, no help there. Deuce and only a deuce needed, turn or river. And it's the 8 of hearts, so another one gone. Triton Haxihaj out the door, and at the same time busting on table 24, Steve Jelinek, which means we are down to 74 players. Get in there, 15 off the money, 15 to go. At the last break, John, the chip leader by about 60k was Tom Middleton. Middy was chip leader at the last break. It's been an hour and 15 or so since then, so may have been some fluctuation in stacks. But Tom Middleton was the chip leader at the last break. What we do when we come back after the 15-minute breaks, we get the chip counts of the top 10 around the room. So next break's going to be in about 45 minutes time. I don't think he is Talamere. We lost Sven, I think, just before the dinner break as well. I remember Tower mentioning on the bust out Sven's name. As Kenny opens button with the Jack-9 off and faced with this free bet from AJ to 24.5. Just can't do anything but get out of the way here as Kenny. And this is what we're playing for. There's the prize pool. No worries, Tal. No worries, mate. Here he is. TJ, the man, has come to join us. Welcome to the table, sir. Terry Jordan taking his seats as the T-boy comes in with the coffees.
T-boy's here. Yeah. Not put sugar in PKs. Uh-oh. Then we'll put some sugar in. You'll not like it. Oh, what's happening? What have I missed?
TJ's just come to the table.
Oi, oi. Who did we lose?
We lost.
Oh, JP.
Yeah, and then Dryton as well, Tower.
Oh, no.
Yeah, Dryton as well. You stay out there, we'll be finished by 12. Ace King for Mario, and love this from AJ. Well, other than sizing, I like the selection of hand that we've free bet versus button open, but sizing is just way too small. Wow, Mario just flats the Ace King button versus small blind here. First we get the tiny free bet out of the blinds, way too small, and then Mario just choosing to flat the Ace King on the button. No 4-bet from him. And AJ going to be continuing this one, especially that little deuce of hearts on the board. Got some plausible backdoors and still, from our perspective, got the stronger range. The fact that Mario just flatted our 3-bet from the blinds. So Mario going to be calling with the Ace King. Yeah, Connor, facing the 3-bet perfectly fine from the big blind, folding the sixes there. Once there's a 3-bet, understand completely why he's got out of the way in the big. But I'd love to see a double barrel here now from AJ. Like size up as well. Oh, he's gone tiny, 16.5. Really would have preferred to see like 40 odd K here going in the middle. Like some fold out Mario's like 3s through 9s. But Mario now going to make the call with the Ace King. Unless, do you know what? If AJ's chose this size to rip it in on brick rivers, well, this isn't a brick, the King of Clubs, but if AJ opted for that small sizing because he knew we'd then have a pot size bet behind and he was going to go for it, then fair play, and he is going to go for it. 36k and getting this price. Wow, Mario just rips the Ace King. This is just cool, Tower, just cool.
Just ever,
we're only, unless he's turned it into some like sick bluff.
Getting called to get
unless he's an absolute sicko and he's turned it into a bluff with the bare Ace of Clubs, but just moves all in with the Ace King. That was a strange hand. Lots of unorthodox plays there. First a small free bet out of the blinds, then the flat with the Ace King, then the shove on the river with the Ace King. A little fun one for you guys to enjoy it.
$74 left. 59 get the money. Scrolling across the bottom. There'll be a time, son, there'll be a time. The V-neck's coming out, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, this is a 2k, guys. You are watching a 2k. And it's deepish on a day 2 in a 2k as well.
Snowman for Ed. Got a bit of the look of Rick Trigg as well, has Ed?
Yeah, I thought that as well, Tower. I did think definitely a look-alike for our pro Trick. Very strange hand, that was a strange one to watch.
Queen, 3 deuce, 5 of spades on the turn. Ace of clubs as it's checked on the river. So the Queen is going to take the hand. Yeah, check, check. Rich Ashby is just going to scoop in a very small pot. So 74 down to 59 is the next objective for all the players. Just over 30, just over half an hour to go until the end of this session. Is the next break at 7:30?
Yeah.
The next break for us?
Yeah, next break for us at 7:30.
Flown back.
Yeah, it has.
It's gone right quick. Katie is still in yet, about 130,000. Gary Taylor says, when will the Goliath schedule be announced? I don't know. I don't know. It's 8 months away yet, so it might even be first leg of 2022. The World Series have announced the dates, but they've not got their schedule in yet, and that's before the Goliath. Here comes the Doorman. What size on him? He's my best friend.
I'm just praying he's not GDPR Tower, because you can make up the name for him.
He is my proper best friend.
If
seat number 6.
If seat number 6 is GDPR Tower's making a name up for this one, I'm staying well away from that. Yanis. It's Yanis here.
Yeah, we knew that. Oh, heck.
So Mario limping the freeze, +2. And AJ gonna come in for the ISO to 12k. Julian can't do anything but fold.
Nine, 4, 6 is the flop. 2 clubs.
So have I got the freeze here? Oh well, we make a straight anyway. I was going to say come in for a very, very small river lead. Looks like that's what he's going to do anyway. Well, size it up a bit, like 12k here. Oh wow, what are we doing here, Tower? I just think we fold the freeze here. I just think he's going to either have 8s or a flush, always, simply because the dynamic between these two, the hand before, AJ's literally just 3-barreled versus Mario here, so it would take a mad man to then bluff this spot as well. Like he's going to be aware of the hand that happened. He's going to call. He's just going to turn over 8s or the nut flush here, Tower, like always. I think personally, if he don't and Mario's correct, but I just think it's always 8s or the nut flush. But no, he's made the correct call. Fair play. Maybe it's ace pocket freeze. Actually, it could be pocket freeze then.
Pocket freeze for Mario.
No, pocket freeze as well. Well, no, ace 10. Wow, he is a madman. How? He's literally just shown the guy that he's 3-barreled him with ace 3 and then still willing to raise bluff him on the river.
And AJ down to 15 bigs.
Yeah, he's
gone.
gone.
Ace 10.
We do have the ace of clubs in it, but I just thought once we 3-barrel this man, literally 3 hands ago, 1, 2, where's the button? 1, 2, 3, 4 hands ago, he's just seen us 3-bet the ace 3 and then go bet versus him, and then we still want to try and bluff him on the river, when he's aware of that hand, he's just going to be so often like calling that spot versus us because of that, unless he was thinking it on a level perspective and thinking there's the level there, he's going to think that. So I am going to bluff this spot. But AJ had quite a lot of chips, Tower, and he's gone from lots of chips to danger zone now. 60k approaching the bubble. 74 players remain. Do you know what? TJ's not played a hand yet. There's not been a single pot yet, Tower.
Totally different player now on day 2s and day 3s. Totally different.
As Ed raises to 8.5 with the ace-9 suited. Well, here he is. That's the TJ we know. 10-7 off in the small. He's in.
Is that a 3-bet?
No, I don't think. I think it's just lots of small chips, and now Rich with the ace-9 here in the big blind. As Rich, we're never worried about Terry. So, like Terry, if he's thinking about 3-bet squeezing this, I'd like it with the ace-9. Good hand selection. We've got Terry in as well. He's probably never calling our 3-bet. Never got a strong hand with his flat in the small. And Ed's going to be very, very wide open in the button here, and just chooses to rip it. And it's going to be 2 quick folds. Well played from Rich there, approaching the money, unfazed. It wasn't even the earlier hand span. If you go back like 15 minutes, he 3-bet ace-3 hearts out of the small blind versus cut off open, and just went bet, 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 and ace king river top pair top kicker, and decided to shove, and yeah, lots bigger. Was it 12k to 30k? It was just giving him such a ridiculous price to make the call with a freeze there. Honestly, I thought we could have freeze as well when I just thought it was never going to be a bluff because of the previous hand, and when Mario turned over his freeze like they were good after he saw AJ's hand, I thought, oh, AJ's got freeze as well. I went for the one combo. Ed, king 10 raises to 8.5. And what a flop. This is a little bit of action for everyone.
King Jack 4, set, top pair,
Middle pair. So Ed continuing for 9k into 23. So opt in with the just south 40% continue size here. I like the bet. I think we're going to be betting more often than checking this one. Might check every now and again, but probably like the king 10 with 10 of clubs, or king 10 of hearts. Probably some of the king 10s that might incorporate checks in. And Kenny comes straight in for a raise. Incredibly rep, plenty of bluffs here. Queen 10, hand like 10-9 of hearts, ace 10, and then all the club draws, which we're going to have out the big blind. So just straight away putting Ed in a spot with the king 10. Going to have to call once, and if this is a brick turn, this is where our decision is going to get difficult for us. And it's not that much of a brick. 6 of clubs, so a whole host of the hands that Kenny can be check raising as a bluff there have just got there. Still ahead of like the queen 10s, the 10-9 of hearts, these type of holdings. But this is a terrible card for us from Ed's perspective. And Kenny still shouldn't be too unfazed by the flush, especially with the king and jack of clubs out there. There's not a whole host of club combinations. Obviously all the ace-x of clubs are in there, But then other than that, it's like Queen 10, Queen 9, 9-8, 10-9. We're just going to have more club draws than our opponent and the ace of clubs on the end. So it gives Kenny the check mark with 4 of clubs in this spot. And it's a terrible run out for him with the 4s, check, check, and Ed's going to see that run out has saved him plenty. Like sometimes you think, oh, it's a terrible run out with my hand, but in reality it's actually a really, really good run out for him. Yeah, John, I know what you're saying. He never showed it, the ace-3, but the snap fold when he got raised, I think, was indication enough to Mario that he was obviously at it.
Drayton bust out his 74th on our table. We then lost Rob Boone, Chris Maguire, Tom Winston, Oyston Christopherson, John Bousfield, and just out right now is Mr. Oliver White.
Now does that leave us with toe up?
68. 6 and 8. 68.
So in 30 minutes time, just under, going to be heading out on a break, unless the improbable happens and somehow we lose 8 players in the next 28 minutes or so and we're on the bubble. Mario flopping best here with the ace deuce, and this one checking round in turn. What clubs have we got there, Will Rob? Yeah, as Ed calling the check raise of Kenny, like it's King Queen with the Queen of Clubs, Queen 10 with the Queen of Clubs. Like all of our flushes are going to bet turn. Like once, like we're only going to have a single club in our hand. So maybe he didn't fire river with the King 10 there, because it's very difficult for us. If you actually think, once the Ace of Clubs runs off on the river, like we're probably only going to value bet Queen of Clubs, 10 of Clubs, maybe 9 of Clubs sometimes. So like it's only King 10 with the 10 of Clubs, Queen 10 with the Queen or 10 of Clubs, and then King Queen with the Queen of Clubs that are going to be our value bets there. And that's actually not many combinations of hands in that specific scenario, and that might have been why he didn't bet river. Like he doesn't have to bet river there, he thinks about it plausibly, like what hands do we get to the river with here with a single club in it. Like we might sometimes check back the nut flush as a trap in that situation, but the Ace of Clubs coming on the river means obviously we can't have that. Yeah, but what big cards does he have? Like he's called a check raise on the flop. He's just not going to peel with a random like ace 10 with the Ace of Clubs. He's not going to just like though. Because the Ace of Clubs come on the river, there's not many clubs he can have there. Like turn flushes are going to fire once Kenny check raises flop. So like what single clubs do we have in our hand other than King Queen with the Queen of Clubs, King 10 with the 10 of Clubs, and Queen 10 with the Queen or 10 of Clubs? There's not many, and he knows Kenny's a very competent player. And I think if he bet that river, Kenny would have heroed. I really do think if he fired that river, Kenny would have found the hero, personally. So I actually think it was a good check, but obviously opinions in this game need to be thinking about whether our story checks out. Terry, hijack open to just under 3x, 11.5k. Gets that one through raise and take. Yeah, looking very good span. So King Jack for Kenny Huller, raises in the cutoff, makes it 8.5. Mario here, plenty of chips. I can't see him folding here versus cut-off open. Well, he is going to fold, especially versus Kenny. Very active, very competent. Can mix in some free bets with the King 10 there, facing the open from the cut-off. AJ over to him, who's working with 13 bigs. And it comes in for the call. Heads up between Kenny and AJ. Getting closer and closer to that money bubble, guys. There's the prizes coming across the bottom of your screen. We're playing for £265,000 up top. And this is going to be it. Could be losing another one here. AJ is all in. He had chunks about 30-40 minutes ago. A couple of bad hands for him. Left him short. And now going to need Queen 8 or King. Oh, instant service. There you are, sir. And only fading chops now. And there it is. Oh, no chops. The Queen plays. Yeah, of course. The Queen. 10 of diamonds on the river. Queen 10 is good. Instant service on the turn. 8 of diamonds rolling off. And Kenny, who was up to nearly 300k at one point on this feature, just had a couple of tough ones. That's a tough one to take, especially when we got the King in our hand as well. Removal to straight outs for our opponent, and just instant service on the turn. Gets the check mark. And just like that, AJ back amongst it. No, Towers treble didn't come in today, Ali. It hit the wire, to be fair. We got 2 up and the other one was a draw. So Towers treble hit the wire today. Would have been lovely to come in for everyone. Last one of the season, but unfortunately didn't come in. So Kenny should still be opening this one. I know we've just lost that pot, but going to get straight back into the thick of it. 29 big blinds, King 9 suited, raises to 8.5k. And Mario with the 7-8 suited here. Looks like he's just going to call in position. Once again, definitely can incorporate some free bets in with this hand versus hijack open. Call in perfectly fine. Happy to take a flop with position on the opener. Bit of action here. Oh, 9 on the turn would be ill for Kenny, but concentrate on the flop action first. Up and down for Mario. Top pair here for Kenny Haller, and incorporating a check with the King 9. Good to see, love to see it. Always important to mix it up. Now going to come in for value with his top pair. Once our opponent checks behind flop, we're going to feel fairly confident that we've got the best hand. I like the check from Kenny. I think we do get more information from a check on the flop as well than we would from a bet. River, the way Mario's running. I wouldn't be surprised if it was a 4 or a 9. Oh, it is a 4. It is a 4. And Kenny betting 20k. And Kenny, been a disaster. Wow, he's just going to call. And 7-8 is good. And that's going to leave Kenny short. 72k. He's sub 20 bigs now. It's been a bad half hour for him. Mario stacks some more, up to nearly 400.
Just been out to do an interview.
Okay.
We had to talk to somebody.
Yep.
Dowsey, player of the year last year in the NPL. Didn't realise he'd not got a trophy. Only had it delivered today. Got him a trophy.
What?
Nice looking trophy. Looks a bit like you and Nicholas's great big glassy thing. I didn't realise he didn't get one. So we've got a presentation, have we? What is it? Dowsey's got player of the year. Well, no, he hasn't. Yeah, he did last year. Got his trophy. So we had to go on a quick interview with Bouncefield that you'll get on the social media apps very soon. He has been pretty consistent, hasn't he, for 3 years?
Yeah, very consistent. Always up there. I think he's ever since the NPL started. I think he's been in the top 5 every year, or top 8, or whatever gets the package.
Yeah.
Always been amongst it, old Bousey. Came close today as well. Busted about half hour ago. We've lost a couple more.
Oh, we're lost now.
We
We're
have
on
lost
68.
Nicholas Falone,
67. Oh, Tony Fallone's gone.
Masood Etta Madahurisi,
66.
and that is it.
We're on 66. We're 7 off the dosh. Oofed. Said the money wouldn't go until level 18.
And another one's literally just busted now, so 65 remain. George Robinson.
George, no. So we're on 65. We're 6 off the money. We're just heading into level 17.
4.4k min cash tower.
It's a big dollop of money. A big dollop of money. King high flop, King 3-5, 2 hearts. Terry flopping best over Mario. Terry John up to 178. Mario's had a session, hasn't he?
Oh, session and a half for Mario Tower. Come in with 80k. Started the session with 80k Mario, and he's up to nearly 400. We're going to lose one here. Finally, we're going to see a pot not go Mario's way when he's involved, because Terry's got the goods, not choosing to value bet his top pair.
Stevie says, are we in the money? We're 6 off.
Yeah, you tell him, Kev O'Connor. Last Towers treble of the year. Has any of them come in? Fancy picking Sunderland, even Charlton beat them. Still, we got all next year to look forward to. I love the great tips, so keep up the good work. You've done well over the last couple of weeks. Cheers, Kev.
Thanks a lot, Kev.
Thanks, appreciate that,
Kate,
mate.
his dad, giving us a big shout out. We were close with the treble though, we were close with a 4-timer. We could have took tomorrow off. Always a pleasure, Kev. Hope to see you in 2022 at some point.
Yeah, Katie's still doing okay, bud. She's still in the mix. We're 4 players off the 5 players off the bubble. 5 players off the bubble. And Julian, what a hand to get with 16 bigs this close to the money. And Ed with the 7s here. And usually this would be all in here for Ed, but the significance of this is, if we lose this, we are going to be struggling to fold our way to a min cash.
Indeed.
And it is a 4.4k min cash this close to the money. Like 7s here in a normal scenario, usually you just see go in here tower, because Julian should have deuces through 6s, he should have suited ace-x, so there are hands that we are going to have dominated in this position. But unfortunately for us, Julian's got the ladies here. But this close to the bubble, I wouldn't be surprised. Like if this was post bubble, this would have already been in from Ed. But great fold from him, great time fold. Would have run into the ladies of Julian. 16 big blind shove. Wages Day says, any news on the players on the table after the break? We are going to have, I'll give you 3 names: Ryan O'Donnell, Connor O'Driscoll and Thomas Middleton. So Middy and Connor O'Driscoll, I know a lot of people that tune into the stream watch, will be on the feature table after the break, and next session we will get in the money at some point, so it will be bubble time next session. It's going to be a great one. Middy and Connor coming over to the featured.
Control players remaining in the right panel, please retake your seats. Call beginning again in 1 minute until our players, please retake your seats. You have 1 minute remaining on the break.
We're not in the money just yet. Stevie K, 65 remain. You can see top right of your screen, 59 players paid. Well, actually, we're down to 64 because Michael Dunleavy has just exited the field, leaving us with 64 players remaining.
Oh, you're right, 64. 5 off the money.
And Kenny shoving the ace jack here for 17 big blinds over 2 limps, or 3 limps, or complete from Rich in the small. And this is perfectly fine from Kenny. Just thinks Yanis and Terry, neither of them are ever going to have a big hand in this spot once they limp in.
Jordan Lee Dobbs says, we're looking at your double of quits. It's a bit like my tower treble. I'm not going to win. Ali Bank, you can fire away with towers with a treble for tomorrow's games. Stick it in and whenever you fancy it, and we'll have a look and see if we fancy a quick couple of quid on it.
I think we should bar it in 2022.
Jay will do the first one next year.
I'll do the first one if it comes in.
Yeah, I quit.
Ladies and dealers in the grand final, you let us know 2,500, 5,000, and 5,000 people.
So we are 10 minutes away from the end of this session. And then a brand new session with a new table. Do we know the feature? Did you shout some names out on the feature table for the next one?
Yep, I've already let everyone know.
Awesome. 20-minute break in about 10 minutes time, and then more of the same. We should get in the money the next session. level 17 will probably be it.
Ladies again for Julian.
It could creep into 18 if it's a big bubble, you know.
Queens twice in the space of 4 hands near the bubble. And Terry's not calling with the 5s. Well, shouldn't be calling with the 5s, but it is TJ. That is something to take note of. It looks like TJ wants the call. And this is now a 19 big blind shove from Julian with the ladies. I guess I would prefer an open, but obviously we are on the bubble, so just wants to either pick up lines and ante, or not too fast if he gets called. But Terry really dwelling this one over with the pocket 5s, and it is Mr. Jordan. He's going to make the call. Yeah, there'll still be a scheduled break unless we get to the bubble.
Yeah, so if it's a storm bubble.
If we lose 4 players in the next 8 minutes,
we will have a scheduled break as normal. It's only ever the bubble where we don't stop. So Julian's queens look like doubling up off Terry, and Terry, look, stacks will just about reverse. Terry be back down to 60k and Julian be on 140. Terry 5s, Julian has got queens. That's
clean
for the queens.
Just fading a 5, no runners, and the story remains the same.
And that'll do. Terry with the 5s.
It would have been close for Chufty, very, very close for 19 bigs, this close to the bubble with the 8s there. Might still be in the tank now if Terry did fold with the 5s. Is it a 20-minute break or 15? Do we know? 20-minute break. So we will be returning at 5 to 8, 7:55. There's AJ with the 10s. Could have been out the door, but found an 8-outer, all in on the flop versus Kenny Haller.
All folding round in turn, no hands to even get jiggy with.
Kenny's not continuing with this tower.
No. And that'll do. The open does it. Mario Big Chip Leader started this session with 80k, is now 360. Who brought in the selection box?
That's better not touch that. She'll kill you. She will.
Whose is it?
It's Alice's.
Is it?
Yeah.
When did that arrive?
Yesterday.
Oh.
Mike got one for all the dealers to say thank you for the event, and yeah. But I forgot to take it home last night.
I'd leave it.
Honestly, I'd leave it. What she actually said last night? She went, "I've got my slick nut." Sorry, left it. Well, yeah, left it with Tower.
Uh-oh. Kenny Haller, November 9, 2015. Chufty, stud winner 2010. And the bracelets. The Dorman folds.
expect AJ to defend the suited queen, but gonna opt on the tighter side.
Yeah. Any GDPR chances on the next feature for a £30 token?
No.
Hopefully not. We don't normally get too many.
There's only one GDPR left in the field.
Is there? Not Wreck-It Ralph, is it?
It is.
Is it?
It is Wreck-It Ralph.
Wreck-It Ralph's still in. Well, he's already got a name. He's already got a name, Wreck-It Ralph.
We'll do something for the token.
If he manages to get to the table, we will. We'll still get people making names because I don't actually know his initials.
Well, when we get the chip counts after the break, what we could do is guess the bubble boy for a £30 token.
Oh, I like it. You'll have to keep notice on the old chat.
That's fine.
You're good at that.
Yep.
You've got the old photographic memory. We'll do that. Guess the bubble boy with the chip counts. Oh, I like it.
Players in the 400, you play them all 1,000, 2,500, and 2,500 you play them.
101 runners in the
Yeah, I know.
in the G400.
So Queen 10 here for Kenny, and it's limp from Terry, limp from Rich. Kenny just gets out of the way.
Six high flop, 6-5-3. Not easy getting trebling, you know. Not easy unless like Jay says, pick Man City, Liverpool and Chelsea. That's bound to come in.
Yeah, okay. I'd just like to say something. It's probably not easy getting a treble in if you do one treble a year. But if you're doing a treble 12, 13 times a year, you should get one up, surely.
Yeah, but I don't.
And over a course of 4 years,
we don't have any odds-ons in the treble.
I know.
We don't have a 1 to 10 like Liverpool were, or a 1 to 6 like Man City were. None of that. And to be fair, Chelsea lost. So you'd have done your dough anyway.
Yeah, I wouldn't have chucked Chelsea in there. I was
Yes,
only
you
joking.
would.
I fancied West Ham anyway.
Yeah, the good old 6-1 shot. Yeah, that goes in a treble a lot. Last week's Towers treble, I even got the draw involved at 9
Yeah,
to
I know.
4.
You got the draw up.
Yeah. Nobody ever backs draws. I do go for the value and I do think about what should happen. And Sunderland were winning. Right, fist pumping on the flop again. There you go, wages day. I had one in 2017 because he was on it.
2017.
No, we locked down for 2 years, don't forget.
Yeah, that is true.
It's a good job. Weren't earning any money, I couldn't spend any. So it's a good job.
So likely to be this hand and one more, guys. Then it will be that 20-minute break. When we get back, we've got Conor O'Driscoll on our featured table with Tom Middy, those two headlining that one, and we will get into the money at some point next session.
Yeah.
I can guarantee you that.
Is George Robinson still in?
Nope.
No, he is not. The name has been read out by the Grim Reaper to my left. Oh, chocolate milkshake. Well, most players are leaving when they don't want to play hand. There's no need. They're off. Everybody's standing up. This will be the last hand. And then a 20-minute break. So we're back at 7:55 with more of the same.
Wow, so Rich is just overly. Yeah, maybe he just thinks people are attacking Terry's limps too much and has limped a big hand here, Tower, potentially. And Mario, this is for over half his stack. Asking for a count here.
Terry's called the under the gun with the Queen 8.
Yeah, Terry's
getting out of the way.
Yeah, when it comes back around to Terry, he's
He's already indicating that he's folding, even though the cards are still in front of him.
Just like, let Mario know you've never limped anything.
Exactly.
Like, you've never.
Is he now sold in?
Yeah.
He has announced call. He's announced call. Richard Ashby. Richard Ashby.
Wow, this is massive, Tal. This pot's
absolutely
massive.
bangs it in.
376k in the middle.
Oh, Mario's got the queens. Richard Ashby's got the kings. Give this boy chips, baby. Don't want to tell him that Queen 8 was folded.
Yep.
We have a massive, massive all-in last hand of the session. Well, the diamonds are covered by Richard. We're down to 2 queens, and as we can see, one of them has been folded. We're down to a case queen, the pure one outer.
And it's the 8 of clubs, massive double
Ashby,
for Rich Ashby.
big.
He's gone from middling stack to one of the chip leaders probably. We've got a quick 20-minute break. We will be back with coverage of the bubble and new featured table. We will see you in 20 minutes, guys.
See you in 20.
Better and better. It got to a point when we were about 9, 10, 11 where we were too good to play the other children. So in the evenings, this was sort of like, we were at an age as well where we were going to bed at 9 o'clock on a usual night, but instead of that, we sort of we were only playing competitively with other children at weekends. So
yeah.
What we ended up doing was we ended up joining like local men's clubs at like 9 and 10 years old. So you can imagine these were really late nights. We're in these local games. We're going to places like I was from Chorley, so going to places like Leyland, Blackburn, and Burnley, and all over the place. Travelling around the northwest, and we were sat in there till 10:30, 11 o'clock at night, and we were playing against fully grown men who were drinking pints and blowing smoke across the chessboard. So it was it was sort of like the ideal preparation for poker. But at 11 years old, when I went to high school from primary school, it just sort of wasn't cool to play chess anymore. Everyone, you just couldn't be that kid who was in the library every day. So yeah, I had to get back out on the football field, and I stopped playing then. So I've met some people through poker all around the world who've gone on to be really, really good chess players. But I sort of completely left it alone from 11 years old.
How good could you have been, Jermaine?
I don't know. I definitely felt like I definitely felt like I had some ceiling, because there's a guy in the local village, to me, who used to really give me a good pasting, and that always brought me back down to earth, sort of thing. So I don't know, but it's leading into the poker thing from chess. It's the skill set is so similar, because in chess you're thinking 3, 4, 5, 6 moves ahead, and it's exactly the same in poker with your pre-flop, your flop, your turn and river. It's the thought pattern is almost exactly the same, thinking moves ahead. So yeah, the skills are massively transferable. But I mean, I'd love to sort of play now, but you can't really win money, and the games are very, very time consuming. So it's I would love to play, but I don't know. Maybe in later life I'll get back into it. I think when I've got a bit more time and there's not so much poker going on all over the place.
Absolutely. Where did you start first playing poker, and how did you learn, or was it just
So this was 2005, 2006. I was just in year 11 at high school, and my friend is my best friend, who lived 2 doors down from me and was really close with my family. He'd just gone to a local sixth form college, and this was obviously a year or 2 after the Moneymaker thing, and you got Greg Raymer and all that. So it was basically the exact point at when professionals started winning the World Series main event every year, to when amateurs started winning every year. So they were I was in year 11 at high school. They were going to, well, I loosely say they were going to college. They were just going, sitting in the canteen and playing every day. and then they'd spill home at night, and they'd just all be playing around my friend's house. So like I sort of got introduced to it at 15 years old. Yeah, I've just got thrust straight into it with the older lads, really.
Well, we got in at 15, so you could have been the Kelster 15, but
yeah.
2008, before you started playing live, you got a massive result online. You come 5th in the full tilt 750,000 guarantee for 33,000. That was July 2008. What did it feel like winning that much money at that time?
Wow, yeah, because I've just turned 18, and like it was pretty crazy, because I did have a little foray into online poker before I was 18, but this was this account was my own account and everything, and yeah, I hadn't really even I'd played tournaments, and I knew that I had sort of like a winning style in them at this point, but this night was crazy. I'd hardly even played any $215 buy-in tournaments before, and I bought into this one, and it was mad. I ended up getting a big stack, and it was the first time that I'd ever actually stayed up all night, sort of playing poker. So you had a break every 5 minutes past the hour. Well, actually, it wasn't even a synchronized break. This was pre-synchronized break, so it would have been whenever the tournament started, an hour play, then a 5-minute break. So yeah, this one I just remember going to the wash basin every hour to splash some water on my face, and I wasn't tired because I was pumped full of adrenaline, but just my little routine. I'd been probably the longest I'd ever played a tournament up until that point, or been in a tournament, was maybe 4 or 5 hours play, and this one was we're now 13 hours into this one, and I'm just going to the toilet, flicking some water on my face. Yeah, and it was really, really exciting. And I was thinking of chip leader 2 tables left, and it was like $180,000 for the winner, I think. And that's just madness, because I think I started the day with $400 in my poker account or something. So yeah, that was definitely what got me a massive taste for online tournaments, for sure.
Did that go straight to a bankroll, or and let you play bigger tournaments?
Sort of, but then I was very I was very, very naive in my early days. So I just used to I just thought I was the best player ever then, and then I would often go and play like high stakes cash games and things, and like experimented in that way. I managed to withdraw a chunk of it, but yeah, like I was very I sort of loved just to jump in at the deep end, and yeah, definitely had a different career path to most when it comes to that sort of stuff.
Yeah, well, after you'd had that nice score, you started to venture into the live poker. Your first Hendon mob was back in 2008. Can you remember what it was?
So when I just turned 18, I used to go in the closest to casino to where I lived in Chorley at the time, which was Bolton Casino, and that was actually back in the day. That used to have some amazing cash games. They'd have like a 2-2 game every evening at the Grosvenor. That was actually where the first ever GUKPT was, wasn't it, Bolton?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, the first ever one.
Yeah, and like the games in there used to be crazy. Like I couldn't even dream for games in there these days. But yeah, I used to have a little go into there. Me and my friend would go down, and we saw it advertised on the internet as like a £3 rebuy tournament. Anyway, so we went down. Just thinking, okay, well, we're going to go and play this tournament. It seems quite cheap. It's only £3. Anyway, we realised about 5 minutes into the tournament that £3 actually gets you one set of chips, and that lasts about 5 minutes because everybody's just going all in, every hand, rebuy. So yeah, we opted for the freeze out tournaments then, and I was having a little bit of success online at the time. So like, I actually was playing a lot bigger online when I was 18 than I was in the live ones. And I did a little bit of research, and I found out there was a place, Casino 36 in Stockport, which had some games. And they were they were £50 rebuy tournaments and £100 rebound tournaments, and they had a really big cash game there. So yeah, it was weird, but I went down there and I was trying to get in at the front door, and they were sort of saying, yeah, you've got to be 21 really for this one. Anyway, I ended up on some sort of technicality. They ended up letting me sign up at 18, so I was just forever known as the kid in there. I was like just by a mile, and I was playing every night with people like Ali Malou and everyone. So yeah, I've known those guys really, really well for over 10 years now, and that's sort of what my first exposure to the poker circuit.
You went to Gala at Leo's. Second for 1,200.
Right, yeah, I remember it. It was a gala at the Liverpool.
That's right, yeah.
It was like a Sunday evening, the last tournament of the Gala Poker Tour. Yeah,
that's right.
I remember it
well. February 2009, you had another big score on Full Tilt. You must have liked Full Tilt at the time. The Sunday Brawl.
It was by far.
Third for 40,000.
Yeah, the Sunday Brawl, I think that one was.
That's right.
Yeah, it was by far the best, in my opinion, and I think a lot of people would probably say the same. It's by far the best poker site ever. Just in terms, like, people just used to go on to rail the cash games. Like, you didn't need, a lot of people were just on there not even playing. You had all Phil Ivey and Tom Dwan sat, and Gus Hansen and Patrick Antonius sat with all the big money in the cash games, and it was just yeah, for me, like it was the greatest poker site ever, and I just really liked playing that on there. Yeah.
Yeah, you scored for 40,000, but the following month you played an EPT. Is that what you bankrolled yourself into the EPT with?
No, the EPT was a funny one actually. I was playing on PokerStars, so this the following month, yeah. So as soon as I got the 40,000 score, I withdrew a little bit from Full Tilt and put a bit on PokerStars, and I ended up qualifying through the step system. So I bought into the $82 step. And this was a sit and go, so the top two got you into the next round. And yeah, I bought into the $82 step and got into the 215 and the 630 and the 2,100. And anyway, I'm then in the 2,100 playing for an EPT Dortmund package, and I get heads up with the little Italian guy. Do you remember Dario Minieri?
Oh yes, I do. I know the name.
Yeah, I was heads up with Dario Minieri, and I think I ended up trapping him, and he made a big bluff, and then I called it off, and yeah, I was super excited about that one. I managed to get the €5,300 buy-in, and I got the Hilton hotel free and some money for flights. So I told my friend we're off to Dortmund in Germany.
667 runners there were. And you were chip leader with 70 left.
Yeah.
Was you nervous? Was you excited?
It was a crazy experience. Day one, I just sort of was playing pretty tight and didn't wait. I couldn't really get many spots day one. I was finding it quite tough. And then in the last level, I got a big double up with 9s against 4s and bagged a moderate stack for day two. And then day two was just an absolute whirlwind. I sort of, I think I had an interview with PokerStars actually at the start of day two. And then I've got on this table and I'm just running absolutely berserk, but I'm sort of painting a picture that I'm this really tight kid who's just like satellite in for this really big tournament. Like every time I sort of make a crazy move, I'll show a card that perhaps makes it look like that I had a strong hand or something. And they were all buying into it, and I was just going, I was literally just putting the foot down, putting the foot down, putting the foot down, and then I'd even find a situation where I'd like flop a set or something in a massive pot, and I remember it was because it was so early on in my poker career, but I just, the amount of physical chips I had in front of me at one point, they had to stop the floor people had to stop it and come up and colour them up. So yeah, that was crazy.
Was it true you had aces 3 times in a row?
I think I might have had them twice in a row. Instead, I had them 3 times in a row.
Tell the bloggers anything.
Yeah, I mean, I was really trying to exploit my image, because I had a table that I could run over, and I wanted to sort of paint the picture that I was this young kid who'd qualified, who really wasn't really looking to put much pressure on, and then sort of do the opposite, because when my style online at that time was just going absolutely ballistic.
Yeah, just the big time this one.
Made it, man. On TV.
Yeah, should be. Yeah. I haven't seen this for a long time. Haven't seen this for like 3 hours.
Everyone watching you.
How you doing, Mario? 20, 30, 50.
So welcome back everybody, we have the new table. We are close to the money. We are 64 players out, 59 get the dosh. 5 and 9, 59. Jay's on his way back. We're going to rock and roll. Let's do it. I don't know if we got the list. Did we? No, we didn't get the list of the actual players who are here, but we'll get all the names on the screen, that is for sure. It looks like Middy's on it. We can see Middy.
Please continue.
So here we go. Let's do it again, ladies and gentlemen. Let's do it again. In 1, Ryan O'Donnell. In 2, James Parker. 3, Tom Middleton. 4, Kevin Parks. In 6 is Connor O'Driscoll, Darren Clark, Ian Hamilton and Zian Howe. So let's do it again. Let's do it again. So we're back. Off we go. Afternoon, chat box. Hope everybody's well.
Guys, just remember, just keep your cards on the logo so we can scan it, yeah. Just scan it. That's good. So we're on 64, Jay's just here. I thought you were going out for the chocolate milkshakes, that's why you were late. I can't believe you come back empty-handed again. Devastated, man. Devoed. You can undo your jacket if you want to.
No, this is staying zipped up.
No, honestly, you can undo your jacket if you want to. Welcome back. Is this the level? Is this the level? Is it Conor O'Driscoll? Is that the guy that won the IPO? I don't think it was Conor O'Driscoll, was it? Won the IPO, I'm pretty sure it was. No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. If you told me his name, I'd say yes, but it's not Conor. So we've got the chip leader from the start of the day and chip leader of the last break, Mr. Middy. We have chip counts from this level as Ryan gets the boots. There's the chip counts, the whole chip counts from all the room. Right. Antonis Pellegrinis. What's that all about?
Right, we're giving away a £30 token as well. We're going to leave them up for 30 seconds. Guess the Bubble Boy. That is the challenge. Guess the Bubble Boy out of those names. If you guess the Bubble Boy, first one in will win themselves a £30 Grosvenor token. Right. One guess per player.
My guess is Richard Ashby.
Okay, and if you guess twice, you will be Richard Ashby. I just saw where he was in chips. If you guess twice, you'll be DQ'd. But get your guesses in now, guys.
Do not do it twice or you'll get out of here.
Yeah, and the first person to guess the name will win themselves a £30 token. Yeah, I've got it.
You're screenshotting all this.
We can scroll up on the restream chat. It's all good.
Okay. They are the chips from everybody. What happens if it crashes?
I've got it.
All right.
Screen recording.
Oh, I like that. What does that mean? So get your guesses in pretty sharpish.
It's for a £30 token,
We're
guys.
on 64.59. Get the money.
Guess the Bubble Boy.
Some people don't like feeling. Ronan Sweeney's getting all the. Yeah,
and it's the first guess, guys. So if you see someone else put a name in, I would recommend choosing a different name.
Wreck it off. Guy Taylor. Ouch. Oof. Look at all these names. Nobody likes Ewan Jones neither. Where's Ewan in the chips? So he's on 70. That's why.
That we're giving away a £30
Guy Taylor's
token.
on 50. Oof.
Right, we're going to leave it up for 10 more seconds. Get your guesses in. Who's going to be the Bubble Boy? If you're correct, we will give you a £30 token. Okay. Good luck.
Good luck. We need the eliminations as well from the outer tables on time. Everybody's putting their guesses in.
No harm in guessing. One of them names on that list.
Yeah, absolutely. I think I'm favourite.
Richard Ashby. I'll tell you what, if Richard Ashby bubbles, I'll tell you what I'll do. If Richard Ashby bubbles, I will give you a £110 token myself out of my own pocket.
You heard it here, folks. You heard it here.
Right, back to the action.
Back to the action. Back to the action, and any eliminations on the outer tables, we will let you know. 64.
Right, opening button raising to 10k into the big blind of Midi. We're going to call with the 9-8. These two stacked up. Queen of Spades on the river. Midi comes out firing 15k into 27, so just north of half. And nice play there from Midi, takes it with just 9 height.
First person out.
Someone out already?
Keith Wang.
Keith Wang, gone.
Gone. He has finished in 64th.
Swap.
64th. Keith Wang. Who's guessed him? Gary Taylor guessed him. Gary Taylor guessed him. I think that's the only one. Only one person guessed Wang. But there you go, everybody else is still in.
Attention players in the 400, you have a line level 1,000, 2,500, with a 2,500 big line up.
So we're on 63. Mr. Wang has just been eliminated. Are there any of these players that have never cashed before? Probably doubt it, but you never know. You never do know. Yeah, Vidas Suriunas did bust this afternoon. Way off the money. Very unlucky for Vidas, he did bust out. The last guess was for Terry Jordan. He's the last guess. So now we continue with all them guesses there. It is now closed because we've already lost one.
If say for example Richard Ashby bus or one of the chip leaders said no one's got, or one of the chip leaders and no one's guessed,
yeah,
we'll roll it over. We'll do another competition.
All right, okay,
as
yeah,
well.
So because not everybody was, not everybody guessed every player. So good shout. We'll have to do some scrolling up and down, but we're on 63 now. 59 get the money. And luckily for us, we only have one non-GDPR.
Yep.
And that's Ralph.
Wreck-It Ralph.
Wreck-It Ralph.
Oh, 9 on the turn. Dirty turn card, and this is going to be trouble for Ryan. Could potentially be doubling Zihan up here. And Zihan firing once more. And considering we just flattered the ace queen of clubs here, Priya's Ryan never going to be folding this spot.
Three pairs on the river. Goes check, check.
And a big pot for Zihan to take there. Unfortunate for Ryan with the ace queen. Free outer on the turn. Maybe worried about 8x of hearts potentially. That's about it, all we're worried at. But maybe we can bet like third, leaving ourselves some room for manoeuvre. But G-hand this close to the money, just thought our opponent's got us covered. I'm happy to take what's in the pot. Like in a normal situation, always going to be value betting that one for sure. But maybe a little bit worried about 8x of hearts, which would be a plausible hand, but that is the only flush draw that gets there like that on the river. There's no other flush draws that backdoor in other than the 8x of hearts specifically. And actually with the 9 of hearts on there and the ace of hearts, it's only really 7, 8 of hearts that he can have. So one combination. So maybe, yeah, definitely missed the river spot there. We really think about that hand as G-hand missed a bet potentially. But like I say, this close to the money, 4.4k min cash makes you do funny things sometimes.
Four off the money in the biggest GUKPT ever. £1,092,000 in the prize pool. 1 million. First three places get over 100,000. When we eventually get to the final table tomorrow, £16,050 locked up.
So king of clubs in the turn. It's going to be better for Ian's range here. He's going to have more king X than Connor in this scenario. Connor will have some king X of hearts and some turn 2 bears with this king on the turn. But Ian here firing again this close to the money, and actually going to get Connor to fold the best of it, I think, here, Tower. I can't see Connor continuing in this particular scenario. Expect him to just let the 9-5 go. And if this is Ian here lining up a 3-barrel as well, got removal to 2 pair and a set of 5s with our 5 in our hand, and potentially targeting to fold out a jack with a 3-barrel, then fair play from Ian, but gets that one through. That's Ian Hamilton in seat 7. And Rounder says big chances of a deal being made if the last 4 to 5 players haven't got a massive chip lead.
Tomorrow?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's feasible.
It all comes down to who's there at
Yes.
the FT. That's what it comes down to a lot of the time, whether a deal's made or not. If someone believes they're going to have a significant edge, it's probably not going to happen. It all depends on players at the table. And Midi opening very wide in the cut-off, Queen 7 off, near the money with the chips, just applying pressure. And big fan of the check back from him on the flop. Once we do catch top pair with this holding and turning trips here, and probably going to get a street of action from Kevin with the pocket 9s. Now Darren gets out the way. Six of hearts on the river. Right, Midi might target some 10x here. Definitely Kevin can have plenty of 10x and ace 10 that checks back. Doesn't elect to free bet this deep with Midi close to the bubble. Also going to have some king 10, jack 10, 10-9 suited, these type of holdings. Midi comes in with large size in 50 into 88 and gets it paid off with the Queen 7, and Midi up to over $500,000. And Tower, we have lost another two players.
Get your pen ready.
Ronan Sweeney and Richard Schneiderman leaves us with 61 players.
Air and Waterer.
We're on the bubble.
Air and Waterer went for Ronan. Luke Abbott went for Ronan. Mark B, Ali Bang, Michael Plant, all out the door. It is not Ronan Sweeney because he's just gone out in 63rd, was it?
Ronan Sweeney was 63rd, Richard Snyderman 62nd.
So Snyderman in 60, so we're down to 61. We are on the bubble. If when we lose one more player, we will hear dealers pause the deal like that. Rob wants to see the remaining players and chip stacks, so quickly after this hand put up the chip stacks as they were at the break, which was only like half an hour ago. In fact, less than that, 15 minutes. So we'll stick them out. So we'll.
Now again, all dealers in the grand final.
So we'll show you the chip counts straight after this hand. All the guesses have stopped for the bubble now, as we've lost 3 players since we started. We're on 61 now, we're on the bubble. So no action there. Here's the chip counts. Robert wanted to see it, who was watching on YouTube. All the remaining players and the chip counts right there. Pick a player you're looking for, but they are all the remaining players. They were 64. We've lost 3 since the break. Keith Wank, Ronan Sweeney and Roland Schneiderman. What a great name. So find out who they are. There you go, Rob. Leave them on till we start the next hand and the action starts. Boz going along very nicely on 310. Barry Sweeney. So back to the action. There you go. Stream has refreshed as Mick the Mod. Hopefully it's all good. Seems to have been stable for a while. Touching wood. Top of the noggin and all that.
The Twitch looks good.
Excellent.
YouTube might need a refresh. Ono continue on the 977 after opening under the gun. It is going to come in for a delayed C-bet here once we get the check from Zihan. And going to get the better hand to fold here. Zihan not going to be continuing with the King Jack out of position.
Oh, please pause the deal, says Geordie Mike.
Well, spot on tower because
what's happened?
Lost one. Wreck-It Ralph.
No way, man.
Wreck-It Ralph is out, and that means it's bubble time.
Did anybody have Wreck-It Ralph? RA said Gary Taylor. RA said James Hill. Oh man, Wreck-It Ralph. Wreck-It Ralph was Dennis. Oh, you're one off. You're one off. So, oh, we are now on the bubble. We are waiting now for hand, which means every hand on every table starts at the same time. And it finishes whenever it finishes.
Yeah, better shot in a sec. It comes in.
So whenever a hand finishes, it could be 1 minute, 2 minutes, 5 minutes per hand. As soon as all tables are finished, we then start dealing at the right time. At the same time, and everybody has no advantage. We are now on the bubble of the biggest GUKPT in history. So Geordie Mike's just now saying we are in hand-for-hand play. This could be 1 hand, it could be 5 hands, it could be 2 hours. We have no idea how long it lasts. All we do know is that there's 60 players left and we are 1 off the money. Deal the next hand. As soon as we lose 1 more player, we are all in the money. Ali Bang, I said that the other day. Where's Stevie Watts? I said that on Friday morning, not seen Stevie. Don't know why he's not playing this event, or don't know why he's not playing poker too much. He's played a couple of events, but not too many. I asked the exact same question, stood at the bar area.
So this is what we're playing for, guys. Min cash of £4,400. It's a lot of money for a min cash. But everyone eyeing up the 265k. A little bit of change up top. Look at that prize pool. Nearly 1.1 million in there. Midi just applying pressure now on the button. Bubble opening the 6-4 of hearts. What I expect to see from Midi with the chips. Just going to be opening relentlessly tower, really applying pressure to everyone at the table. No one's going to want to bubble this one. Biggest event of the year.
Is it cold in the casino? I don't feel it is. I've got a short sleeve t-shirt on, wandering around. I don't feel it's cold at all. But there might be, I think you just find that all the time, that people just wear outer clothing. And I don't understand, I don't know. Maybe it's just preference, but I couldn't sit, personally, I couldn't sit in a court for 10 hours playing poker, that is for sure.
Sean, why we got time wires hand for hand? That is a great interview. Just seen Ali Malou walk past the camera. Tower, can you remember a few years back when you was interviewing a guy you thought was Ali Malou but wasn't him? And at the end he goes, just one thing, I'm not Ali Malou.
That was the absolute legend and greatly missed friend of ours. Oh man, no, Mad Marty Wilson himself. It was in Stoke. It was a great interview. If we ever get a chance to play it somewhere, we'll stick it in because it was an absolute classic. But our late great friend, Mr. Mad Marty Wilson, interviewed him, and he says, "Oh, by the way, right at the end, I'm not Ali Malou." Oh, brilliant. Shout out to Joe, Ned and Frankie the dog. Hiya, Frankie the dog. Walking on the dog shelf, laid out in front of the fire, watching the live stream and Strictly Come Dancing, or whatever's on at this time of day.
Yeah.
Used to be Strike It Lucky, and then Cannon and Ball.
Because there's 8 tables, guys, there will be
a delay.
Delay like between hands if it does just go open and fold.
Absolutely.
That's what we're going to expect till the bubble goes.
So what question we're going to get if nobody guesses it? nobody actually picks the player?
We'll figure something out. We've got the rest of the evening. We'll figure a way to give the token away.
Yeah. Top, middle, or bottom? What is a hot spot now? Oh, classic TV. So everybody's waiting around. We are on the bubble of the biggest GUKPT ever.
Yeah, what happens is PK, he's out on the floor with his video camera ready, so
yeah.
Hopefully if there is an all-in and a call, and he will catch the action for us.
We do actually only have one feature table, but we do have the cameras ready for any action. There he is.
There he is, waiting.
Waiting.
It looks like he's got the camera at the ready. Something must be going on.
Alright, what's happening? What is happening? He's got his camera ready. I don't know what's actually happening. It might, no. Oh, no. Anything, no. False alarm!
There's Bousey.
The payouts will run across the screen very shortly when we go to the next stand. We are now waiting for all tables to finish around the room because we are hand for hand. Every table has to start at the same time, so there's no advantage to anybody. You don't need to slow down play like you do online, and you don't need to slow down play when you're live and hanging around and hanging around. The NPL last week was good, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was a
playing the time, playing the clock,
yeah,
playing the big blinds. That was brilliant. Get Don Jones on the live table. Don's somewhere on the outer tables. He's still in. He was one of the short stacks on the at the table. In fact, where was Don in the chip stack? Don Jones, 100,000. There he is. No, Don, great character. He was involved, but everybody had a little guess on who was going to be Bubble Boy for £30 token. If no one guesses it, we'll just roll it over to the next question. No action at the minute on the outer tables. What's happening here?
Some ruckus in the side of it.
It's not a cash out satellite. There was a fist pump and a shout.
Long hand going on the outer table.
Yeah, they were all the short stacks that you were probably looking at. So I guess that.
Poker Mouse says Guy Taylor for the bubble. Hello Karen. Oi oi, evening boys. Sat here watching with Mr. Aero, a tub of Nutella and one spoon.
A tub of Nutella? Just a tub? Nothing else? No. No, I don't even have it on toast or anything like that, to be fair. And yet I'd have peanut butter and banana on toast.
Well, the camera's out.
Well, the camera's out again. Don't know what's happening just yet. Oh, there's a stand up there, and there's a stand up. Oh, so much going on round there. We're going to the table because
there's Gary Miller in the tank.
There is a big tank. Gary Bush splashes it in.
Calls it off.
We're going to bring the cards into the middle.
Fives, full house. That's going to be good. And Gary's got a straight with 7-8. Is that a straight? 7-6.
7-6 for the straight against the boat. He gets rivered.
7-6.
Fills up on the river.
Gary Miller is our bubble boy. That looks like a monster pot tower going to that man. That was huge. How much did Gary have at the break?
Oh.
And that's it.
Wowzers. We are now in the old money. Gary Miller had 110,000. Who guessed him?
Matthew Heaps I've got down on the Gary Miller.
How do you know that?
Matthew Heaps.
Oh yeah, he put Gary Myler. And it's a good job he put the asterisk there because he would have guessed twice, but it was the same person.
So Matt Heaps wins the £30 token,
nice.
Guessing the bubble boy.
Very nice indeed. Send Jay your details and the £30 token will be credited.
So easy as this, Matt. If you are still watching, I hope you are. Matthew Heaps, drop me a DM on Twitter with your alias for the Grosvenor Poker client, and we'll get that token to you at some point next week. So well done. We've still got plenty to give away, maybe one more this evening and some tomorrow for the final day. But now we're in the money, just get to concentrate on the action as Ryan finds the Cowboys in the small versus cut-off open. Nice big 3-bet size out of position, and action on Ian with the 10-9 of hearts. Problem Ian's got here, Ian's working with 35 bigs, but this is just such a lovely hand, great playability. We have position, and does make the call. Happy to go post with this one.
So Matt Heaps, well done.
No, he said it on Facebook. H Peng.
Yeah,
he had it down on Facebook.
We have all chat boxes open in the same box, so every guest comes out. Matthew Heaps, one of the first guesses was Gary Miller. Good evening, Karen. Hope you're enjoying the old Nutella. I like it if you've got one spoon. Open a tub of Nutella because the fella doesn't like it. Mr. Aero doesn't like it. Love it. Have a great evening watching the live stream and watching whatever you're doing and eating chunks of chocolate. Well done, Matthew Heaps, watching the live stream, getting the correct answer and a £30 token on its way to you.
And there's the prize pool for the people asking.
Yeah. And Jay, alright Jordan, no need to rub it in. Jay won the double of quits.
Yeah, that's true. Oh, that was already locked. That was locked as soon as the bet was put on, Jordan.
Damn.
Level 18 bubble. Are you feeling all right?
Well, I just thought the amount of runners. I thought the £4 bubble. I just thought it might take a little bit more time. That's all.
That's a massive tub of Nutella.
Look at the side.
Aero's just sent
Look at the side of the dips in the background. It's like a 5k jar. Oh, enjoy, Karen. That's amazing.
H Peng saying I guessed his name because obviously I'm on Twitter. I'll tell you what, H Peng, feeling generous as you guessed it on Twitch, and you wouldn't have seen the original guess on Facebook, watched on Twitch. I'll give you one as well.
Oh,
I'll throw you one as well. There we are. I'll throw one in for yourself.
Good stuff.
I believe.
Now we've got all the chat boxes open. That's all. What we do is we have all the chat boxes open, and we know who's coming in first via all 4 ways of communication.
Yeah. So Matthew Heaps and H Peng, drop me a DM on Twitter, and we'll get with your alias, and we'll get them tokens sent out to you guys.
Jonathan Brown says, "What a gentleman." He's all right. He's not giving his own money away. He's good at that.
I'm good at that. Hilarious, Tower.
So well done, everybody. Everybody is now in the money, and they've locked up over £4,000.
I'm not biting the talk. I've just scrolled all the way up through Twitch, and there's no mention of Gary Miller, which you have posted.
And you can tell because it's in green writing.
So Connor making it 11k under the gun, playing 29 big blinds. But now we're all in the money. Plenty to play for.
We'll give you eliminations as they happen. Good luck, Brandon Shields, says Mum. Good evening, Michelle. Hope you are well.
Brandon's still amongst it, in the money.
Do you think we'll get a spurt of eliminations with the shorties?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's always usually the case. I think there's plenty of short stacks out there as well. A midi opening button with the King Jack of Diamonds, and Connor going to defend the same hand but unsuited.
6, 7, 8 flop, 2 spades.
Check, check. So midi playing range on this board. Going to be perceived better for the big blind defend than us, but with this ace on the turn, this is a great card for us to come in for the delay continue, and that's exactly what midi's going to do. And now Connor just can't be continuing here with the King Jack. It's 10k into 27k. They are getting just under 4 to 1 on the call, but the thing is, against this particular opponent as well, like maybe King High can be the best hand some of the time versus midi's button opening range, but can we withstand the heat on the river? And the question is, the answer to that question is no.
$11 bigs for James. There's a short stack.
So everyone in the money, and we've already lost one since the money bubble's gone. John Kelly.
John Kelly, Christmas jumper winner, live in the club. That means we're on 58.
Wages Day says Brandon's due a win after Vegas. Kevin opening button with the ace-10, and Connor flat in the Queen Jack in the small blind. Darren going to come along himself, getting a nice price closing action with suited queen. Flop 9-4-3 rainbow. Checked through, I'm assuming. And the Kevin firing on this 10 turn, top pair, top kicker for him. Fires for 31k, and Connor has picked up and down straight draw here with the Queen Jack. Good turn for our hand. We are only working with 1-3-5 back. Actually missed the flop action here. Did flop go bet call call? Let's find out. Yeah, so flop did go bet call call, my mistake. So Connor called the flop with Queen High and got one of the best turn cards for his hand, so looks like he's going to make the call. And now we've got an easy fold as Darren with a Queen 4 overcalled the flop with second pair, but cannot be overcalled in turn. And it's
the aces, hearts on the river.
Yeah, it's just got better and better for Kevin, who going to set Connor in, and Connor saves some face, but eventually will be letting this one go.
Conor O'Driscoll has to get out of the way, down to 84,000. We're in the money in the grand final. You're in level 17. We're in the money. 59 players got the money. We're on 58. The numbers will get updated and PK gets back very shortly.
So you see your hand here, wants to be opening the King Jack suited under the gun, raises to 11, just a smidge over a click, and James going to have to fold the Queen Jack here, facing gun open. And Connor on the button, ace 9 off, going to go into the muck versus under the gun. And Darren here making a loose pill here with the King 10 off versus under the gun opening range. Guess happy to get involved and see a flop. And Ian's even going to defend the 9-4 off. Wow. 2 loose pills out the blinds.
And the flop of Jack, Queen, King, 2 diamonds.
Yeah, now we're going to realise them reverse implied odds of this hand versus gun open that's going to have a whole host that has us dominating. He's actually going to donk here from Darren. So donking into the under the gun opener, who's going to have the whole works of value on this board. And Zihan just going to call the 20k lead, 8 of clubs on the turn. And Darren now opts to check this one, and Zihan snap fires for 50k, didn't even think about that. Yes, Bubble has gone, Willie Tan. And hello from Canada, Delta Pecco 1965. Good evening to you, or whatever time it may be over there. It's probably early afternoon, isn't it?
7 hours difference or something like that in the afternoon. Afternoon Delta. Starting to get a bit fresh in Canada this time of the year.
Yeah, this is like Darren's drawing to a 9 or an ace. He's going to be out the door here, Tower. And to be honest with you, this is why we don't pill King 10 off this deep in the tournament versus gun open in the small blind. Like, it can just open up a catalogue of errors, and he may get lucky. It may come a 9 or an ace, but looks like Zihan going to win a nice one, nearly 300k pot here.
The 9 and ace and the Queen needed.
So river card.
Whoa!
Oh, he's hit the ace. There's no justice in this game.
He has hit it.
There's no justice at all. And that leaves Zihan down to 120k. Wow. We're not on the bubble, we're on 58. It's just not updated yet because PK's doing some work on the floor. We will get that updated as soon as possible. But wow, how has Darren found that river? Goes to the 8 outers. Oh God, I feel sorry for Zihan. Like,
it's just been buried.
You play the hand perfectly, you get it in with 82% on the turn, and they find that little 8 outer on the river. Brutal one for Zihan to take.
Well, we lost John Kelly in 59, first in the money. Second now in the money, Jeremy Sedern. Jeremy was on our feature with a big scarf just before the dinner. And we have literally just lost Michael Ray in 57 for 4,400. So we're down to 56. We'll get updated number in the top right hand corner as Darren got very fortunate on the river. Very fortunate indeed. Jack 9-8. Up and down for Connor. Oh, sorry. He goes check, check. There's me adding extra cards in when I see him. So a better 14 and a call from Ziam. We're going to split it if we get a check and a check. Yeah, I've got an ace. Yeah, me too. Chop it up.
Again, all dealers in the grand final, can you please loudly announce when you have a ball in on the call on the table? Very loudly announce.
So we're on 56. 5 and 6. 56. Blinds 2.5, 5. 100 of big blinds for Midi, sat in seat number 3. We are in